foolishness and people with,
Understood.
malcontent. But we are sifting through that and trying to, make sure that we identify and vet people that have real claims, legitimate, credible claims. Right now, we're talking about 120 people from 25 different states for conduct that occurred over 25 years.
25 different 25 different states. Is that what you said? Not cities. You said 25 different states.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because a lot of these parties obviously took place in Los Angeles, New York, Manhattan, or the Hamptons, and Miami, and a lot of these people
Miami.
were flown in. And this wasn't a secret. I mean, it was known that people were being flown in for these parties. People were being paid cash to attend these parties. People were being identified at clubs or at concerts or on the street even, and invited to these parties. So you have that group of people that are involved, and then you have another group, and maybe this is the more sinister situation where young people with stars in their eyes wanting to break into the entertainment industry with promises of stardom, who are taken advantage of, in some cases allegedly drugged and abused, and basically just left behind, with shame and guilt. It's what I'm looking at. Obviously, you have an individual who has been indicted and arrested, and whose bail has been denied, and obviously he's obviously a target of this. But I'm looking more, in addition to that, of course, who else was involved? What venues were involved?
Okay.
Who sponsored some of this conduct? Who benefited from this? Who profited from this? Who was there in the room? Who encouraged this? Facilitated this? Didn't say a word about it? Kept it hush hush. I mean, you can only imagine the number of entities and individuals that could potentially be complicit in all this.
Mr. Busby, and I'm getting there. I was going right there because you talk about the complicitness of those others that may have been involved. I want to know of the survivors, the accusers, whatever word is appropriate. Do they talk about, and have they talked about Diddy Combs, or have they named names and provided names of other, dare I say, co-conspirators in all of this? What can you tell us on that front?
We have a long list of names, and obviously, this is a very sensitive situation. The worst thing we could do is name somebody who was involved or allegedly involved and not have our ducks in a row. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be involved in ruining someone's reputation by making a mistake. Obviously, a lot of this is hard to corroborate. When you're talking about a situation with somebody who thinks that all their dreams are about to come true. They're there with somebody who's a mega star, other stars in the room, and they think all kinds of good things are going to happen to them, and probably the worst thing that could happen to them happens. But yes, there are people who own private homes, people who own private venues, people that were in the room, people that I'm going to allege knew what was going on and either participated in it, encouraged it, egged it on, if you will, or somehow benefited from it. And that's going to be different for every case. I mean, these are individual cases at different points in time with different people involved, and there'll be different defendants in each case.
Without naming names, because certainly I appreciate you being responsible enough, and dare I say I would have been responsible enough to say I'm not going to even get into names